Alright, we're going to be playing as Alien. Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome back to Cavern Kings. So we're going to be running around with a shovel. Alright, let's hope we actually get a good gun here. No. I think the last two or three runs have all been TNT sling. I'm a little bit sick of it. Like, kinetic fist I could deal with. I actually can deal with most of those now. Alright. Turns out, Alien is cursed. Let's do Shelby. Or is it Shelly? I don't freaking know. Let's keep going. Hope for the best. Yeah. Just got finished playing one round of Hearthstone. Got my ass kicked. Go figure. Alright, this is, I think, the most basic type of run you can have. Works for me. So we've got one strong, one weak, and synergizes particularly well. Oh, hey, there's a box up there. And for frame of reference, as far as the music goes, we are listening to OC Remix. And again, just because I give up trying to find alternative music for this, I'll just turn off advertising and listen to what I want to listen to instead. I can lose a couple of cents for that. Maybe eventually I'll have to figure out some kind of thing when I'm actually getting videos and I'm like doing this full time. But for the time being, views and enjoyment are more important to me than what, like 10 cents, give or take. I think that's how much I make per video, give or take. It's a living. No, it's not. But, yeah, we're going to be playing as Shelby, because I like Shelby. I like Alien. Oh, shit. Ow. Alright. I think the only reason why I don't play as Shelby is I feel like my runs go particularly well when I play as her. And or I can just remember some particularly ridiculous runs with Shelby. And less so with Alien. I think also Alien has my most favorite, if banal, power. Just because of how basic it is. Thorax is actually just completely ridiculous. He is the absolutely most banal, boring... I think banal is the right word. He is the most boring power ever, which is just, like, take less damage. But now that I have Wind Leaves in my repertoire, it's not so bad. Because he doesn't move so slowly when you get, like, one or two of those. Whereas, like, the Top Hat and Shark, not so much so. I don't know, neither of those I think I've done particularly well with. Rex is kind of okay, but his, like, limited health pool is scary. It is super scary. Let's just actually get back in our chair here. You hurt. At least, like, once enemies start, like... Once our tail starts getting super long here, we'll pretty much just be able to wreck face pretty hard. Now, someday I would actually like to do an Alien... I'd like to do an Alien Kinetic Fist run. Kinetic Fist and Drill Cannon, if I can manage it, because I think those two together would work particularly well. Ooh, extra jump right off the start. Ow. Ow. Okay, so, currently we're the kind of, like, shitty slow bit where we, like, don't have any abilities and we're just kind of waiting. I kind of wish this game had, like, a faster start. Like, once you've had a couple of runs in the beginning, it's like, alright, so you effectively know what you're doing, have eyeballs. And it's like, yeah, you're not super powerful, but at the same time, I feel like the enemy spawn rate is maybe just a little bit low in the early game sense. And I also don't know if and when they're going to be patching this game. I believe I've mentioned this at least several times now, that the reason why they haven't patched this game in a while is because the next patch supposedly is going to be online multiplayer. Which I'm really looking forward to, because when that happens, I have a couple of people that have been like, yeah, I want to play this together. This game and Vagante, like those two, when they get online multiplayer, I'm just going to be the happiest camper ever. Because that's going to be just like endless content, which is going to be all sorts of fun. Oh, see you, Jalim. But until then, it's pretty fun on a solo sense. I'm really curious how multiplayer this game would turn out, but I think it would be kind of fun as kind of like just a random chaos type game to play with people, you know, everybody just running around yelling. We'd probably run into like loot issues, but at the same time we'd be super powerful. I guess my only concern is how death would be handled, because I think death would be all sorts of a mess. Comparatively, it's like, alright, everybody died, or no, one person died, now what? So, like, Risk of Rain, the way they do it is, like, anybody that died respawns at the beginning of the next level, but, like, this game isn't really divided that way. It's, like, either stages or cycles. Unless maybe they got revived when you kill the boss and stuff like that. Oh well, either way. Hey Marusa, I'm just gonna kill this guy with my tail. That does not do as much damage as I wanted it to. At least it's like sticking straight off the back from us, so I can pretty much just battering ram people. Come on, kill yourself via tail. Perfect. Wow, that actually worked quite well. That tail does a lot of damage. Like, once they are inhabiting the same space as the tail, it's just like, alright, you done fucked up. You done goofed, man. You done goofed. What do we got in here? Fortunately, like, half the pickups we've gotten thus far are just kind of the, like, boring, uninteresting ones. We got an extra jump. Ah, there we go. There's one of the fun ones. The wind leaf is nice. The extra jump is nice, but, like, my favorites include... I think Clump of Iron is my favorite. Clump of Iron... And, like, I like the rocket, but after a certain point... Actually, no, Scattershot is probably my favorite, too. Between Scattershot and Cluster of Iron. I'd love Burst Shot if it didn't suddenly change the control scheme on you, so you can't just be holding down click to shoot. Or the fact that you can't melee and shoot at the same time. Like, take those two, turn that back on, and I'm going to be so happy. Hopefully it's just a bug or whatever. Also, I'm finding myself randomly looking at it. So every time I like go onto a new stage, I'm actually looking for where the weapon dropped. Actually, that would be really cool if, like, on the second cycle you actually got the chance to switch your weapons out for something different. I would really appreciate that. Or if this game just had secret guns. Actually, if this game had Tower of Gun style secret guns, I think I would be a really happy camper. It's like, alright, you found the I don't even know. I guess a spear? Actually, a spear would be really cool. Kind of like the kinetic fist, but it doesn't send you charging forward unless you charge it up. That would actually be perfect. That would be really cool. Then again, how would you charge it up? I guess you could just... That's an interesting question. I don't know. Because, like, with, oh, shoot. I forgot to put up an episode of Ziggurat today. Oh, well. A little bit late for that. Well, that... explosions. The best. Oh, shit. Alright. That was embarrassing. I'll just pretend that level didn't happen. And, I mean, at this point, we're probably powerful enough anyway, and worse comes to worse if it destabilizes us. If it makes us to the point where we're too weak to continue, well, it's 4 in the morning anyway, so sometimes an early bedtime is a good thing. Unfortunately, it looks like there's a fair amount of loot there. I wish those explodey blocks wouldn't destroy as much of the stage. Then again, if I had dynamic camera turned off, I wouldn't run into those issues. Oh, either way. But is online multiplayer supposed to happen with Fervagante? Yep, absolutely. I've already talked to the devs, and they said it's going to take forever. Like, that probably isn't going to happen until Alpha 25, 30 something, maybe? Give or take. I'm giving them a generous amount of, like, leeway on that one, which is great. But, I don't know. Let's see. Oh, hello. Everything's exploding. Unfortunately, I'm running into one of those days where I can't breathe through my nose for whatever reason. I can't breathe through my mouth either. So I'm getting to this point where, shit, I might get killed. Alright, that sucked. Hold on a second. Let's try that again. Sam Shelby. Let's hope we get something fun, though. Like, I don't know, we just did not have a whole lot of good loot there. Alright, this is going to be a little bit more fun. Yeah, still... Wow, yeah, I'm actually feeling kind of lightheaded because I can't breathe. So I've obviously mentioned this before. A fair number of times, I think, but I've got, like, a very small nose comparatively. And it gives me, like, no ends of trouble when it comes to, like, physical activity and stuff. Because I'm pretty much forced to breathe through my mouth at, all times when, well, never mind. I probably should have thought of that. I really wanted to get that container, but I guess I should have gone down. I was just hoping it wouldn't blow up the entire goddamn level. But so, I was never, like, a particularly good runner just because simply, A, I'm not exactly the smallest guy in the universe. I've definitely lost a fair amount of weight over the past year. I think I've lost, actually, a good, like, 25 pounds? No, not 25 pounds, 15 pounds, which is great. Like, I will never be a runner. I like running on ellipticals, because ellipticals are nice and comfortable. But, like, running outside, A, is kind of painful, and B, it's hard to breathe. Like, you can't run during the winter because it sucks, and you can't run during the summer because it's too warm. unless you run at night, which is super sketchy and you get run over. So I just never had a particularly easy time of exercising. And then even then, like, breathing sucks because I'm always breathing through my mouth, so it's just like, alright, suddenly air. Need it badly. Please give me. Alright, there we go. Boxes aplenty. But so actually for a very long while, and I think I also respond to, like, particularly dry temperatures, that it's, like, if it's super dry out, it's actually even harder for me to breathe. So when I was in college, I was in a fairly dry environment, just because not a whole lot of precipitation, especially during the winter. But I also lived in, like, giant stone building that just did not retain moisture, period. And, like, you don't really want a moist building, go figure, especially for an art studio. But, like, that place was a desert. It was awful. And so, like, the drier the place is, the harder it is for me to breathe. So for a while, I was actually trying to figure out, like, what was wrong with me, because I simply could not. And, like, even now I experience it from time to time, but less so. And I think part of it is, Let's Playing has actually made it a lot easier for me to breathe. Purely because I'm learning how to do, like, proper breathing control, and also just, like, the constant talking has made it a lot easier for me to breathe regularly, and, like, timing breaths and stuff like that. Actually, I think I've kind of talked about this as well, just other things that, like, Let's Playing has done to kind of help me out. So originally, I actually had a stutter. I had a fairly annoying stutter where sometimes I would, like, I don't know, well, that right there, actually, where I go, like, you know, I just kind of stumble over this. Well, really, I'm just waiting for my brain to catch up with my mouth. But prior to just, like, starting Let's Playing and stuff and, like, recording along the way. Yeah, there is no story for this game. People are wondering if there's, like, story mode. And again, there's not really much of a story for Vagante either. I mean, it kind of says there was one, but it ain't. But, like, I also had a stutter. I still kind of have, like, some bad speech habits, because I say a lot, and I say a lot, and I say like a lot, which I prefer not to, but it's really hard to break those things. And honestly, it's not nearly as bad as it used to be. And if I'm, like, really paying attention, it's usually not super bad. But, prior to starting Let's Playing, it was just super hard for me to even talk sometimes. I wouldn't be able to. It was never, like, a serious speech impediment, but it was enough that I, like, would feel embarrassed while talking to people. And, like, people would give me shit for it. It's like, alright. I've also, interestingly enough, noticed that my voice is much deeper than it used to be. As far as Let's Playing goes. No idea why. I guess apart from, like, my vocal cords have just strengthened over time, or just, like, I'm not even going to say it's, like, hardened or anything like that. Yeah, it is supernatural to say while you're commentating. It's kind of a pain, though, because, like, I can tell when I'm saying actually, anytime I, like, go back to edit any of my audio for anything, it's like, alright, I sounded like an absolute fool. God, why? And the reality of the situation is not nearly as bad as you think it is. A lot of people actually just mentally block it out. You just notice it because you're so unused to listening to yourself speak. So actually, it gets really bad when I'm editing myself. I'm like, man, how am I even funny? And then I have to go back and find something that I'm actually, like, interesting in. I'm like, oh yeah, that's why. But I get, like, super embarrassed about some. Oh shit, there was a box over there. Oh well, I ain't getting it. Oh, that's just. Switch headphones, because unfortunately I've been wearing these headphones fairly non-stop all day, because it's been doing, I filmed the next episode of the podcast. Actually, might as well talk about that a little bit. So, I think most of you probably know that I run a podcast at this point, or if you don't, actually, I've got a lot of new viewers this week. It's seriously like 200 in the past week or so. That channel's been growing a lot, mostly thanks to Bisnap and Northumlion to a degree. Wish they'd talk to me. No, actually, I once offered to make a business card for Bisnap, and he said, nope. And I was like, okay, never mind. But it was like a super dismissive nope, and I was like, well, that is depressing. I totally would have done a really cool Bisnap design. He's like, no. Okay. But so, you know, I do a podcast. And so I'm trying to, like, cover different topics. So, like, last week was an interview, practically, with GameWisp, which, at some point, I will set up, like, my own version of GameWisp, if people want to, like, interact with me through that. I mean, for frame of reference for people that didn't see the podcast, GameWisp effectively is Patreon for Let's Players. And I know a lot of Let's Players use Patreon, but like GameWisp is a far better service for people interested in doing like gaming vids and stuff, because you can... It just integrates way better with YouTube and stuff like that, so it seems like really cool. But so like podcast number 2 is that, which to me feels like jumping the shark a little bit. Like, how often do you do a professional interview with somebody on like a news organization site within like the first 1 or 2 articles? I guess it gives an air of credence and stuff. Not credence, credibility? There we go. Though credence actually kind of means the same thing. I don't know, English is weird. I don't think I'm going to be killing anything as I go down here. But so, doing that was kind of awesome. That was really interesting. So I'm always so used to working with people that are effectively performers at this point. You know, very, very rarely do I interact with people that aren't naturally some kind of performer as a result of working with YouTube. Because for the most part, everybody I work with is YouTube related. So every once in a while I will do something with my brother, who can be really funny in his own right when he's trying, but dude is not, like, I'm not even going to say professionally trained here, because you can't really be professionally trained in YouTubing. If we ever get to the point where, like, being a Let's Player is something that people study, I'm going to eat something. A hat? I don't know. Maybe just, like, I don't even know what I'd eat. It would be ridiculous if people actually were, like, studying how to Let's Play properly. That would be ridiculous. I'd probably get an absolute laugh out of it, because it's like, who the hell would do this sort of thing? But, oh, gotta get out of the guy. Ooh, okay. Unfortunately, we're super low range, and he's already dead. Okay, that makes life a lot easier. But so, like, working with the GameWisp guys was super interesting. It's like, they actually had a good microphone, which I was, like, super worried about it. Eat my knuckles. God, no. I don't want to eat like a kid and a doll. That'd be gross. I only have one of those. I don't go to Japan very often, and or have never been to Japan. I would really like to go to Japan at some point. But so, and Singapore. Singapore looked cool. A couple other places too. Thailand. If Thailand stops being so like civil, well, not even civil war-y so much as just like, But so working with the GameWisp guys was super interesting for me, because they obviously just did not know how to present. It was weird, because like the 2 guys doing it, it was the CEO and the CTO. I think that is the like proper terminology for the 2 guys, but effectively the 2 leaders of the company, and neither of them could give like a good elevator pitch. It's like, so what is your platform? And it's like, it's this, and this for the next like 10 minutes. It's like, all right, I don't even know. For most people, I think when I actually set up a GameWisp, I'm going to do my own video talking about it, and or when they launch the platform properly, and I'll do like a semi-advertising video for my subreddit. But it was just so interesting working with people that aren't entertainers. Every once in a while, oh shit, well, I'm not getting that chest. Well, I sort of am. At least I didn't fall down, that's nice. But there's... I don't even know what blew up in there. Was there an exploding box? I don't even remember. Oh, it might have been a bomb. Yeah, I don't know. But so, like, every once in a while, actually my brother and my dad will, like, mention something about, like, doing a recording with them. And I was like, nope, I do not record you guys, because you guys don't know how to perform. And this kind of goes hand in hand with the whole reason why, like, I don't collaborate with viewers. I actually asked, on the podcast today, oh shit, come on, yes, about collaborating with viewers, because they all did Minecraft content. The next one is, oh, see you legit. Yeah, the next podcast is very focused on Minecraft. So some people might be interested in that one, some people might not, I don't know. I guess disclaimer for those of you guys that actually watch it. But, I don't know, I thought it was kind of interesting. As a person that has played Minecraft for YouTube a grand total of, what, 3 times now? 4 times now? I'm part of a Minecraft server, but it's mostly I hang out with them because it's more interesting being part of a group of YouTubers with, you know, wildly different perspectives on things. So they were talking about, like, being in Minecraft, they get all sorts of comments being like, hey, can we join your server? And it's like, just after a certain point, it's so hard to. One of the guys actually was, you know, in the 6-figure subscriber mark, and oh shit, there's a chest here. I totally did not realize. Okay, got it. And it's a skull. Alright, that could have been dangerous. Could have been interesting, though. Let's keep going and stuff. Okay. Unfortunately, now that I've blown my nose, it has become itchy. This is the worst. It has a lot of gems. I'm paralyzed by the illusion of choice. I'll go for the box first, just because boxes are in short supply. But it's just interesting hearing everybody's different perspectives on things as far as this podcast goes, too. Because, like, a lot of them have grown during different times. So for me, I started back in 2013. One guy started actually a year after I did, and has almost caught up to me. Just because I don't freaking know. I guess roguelikes are fairly niche. So go figure, I'm only going to grow at the pace that the game specifically, or the game genre does. I always forget that I'm like actually a very limited genre type person. Just because roguelikes kind of get lumped together, even though they're like all wildly different from each other. Okay, good. It didn't. Oh, sweet. Not only did that not destroy the entire stage, but we got double shovel, which is perfect, and we get hero sword. Yeah. Actually, come to think of it, yesterday's kinetic fist run didn't even have double shovel in it. We did not have double kinetic fist. I am terrified of what would happen if and when we get that. Oh well. But so, it was very interesting hearing everybody's like different perspectives, because one guy started all the way back in the guy with the 6 figures started all the way back in 2011, and he was talking about like starting with Call of Duty and then actually being one of the first people to like really let's play Minecraft before CNanners even started like promoting it, and Yogscast switched over to Minecraft from World of Warcraft and all the stuff like that, and it's just like, man, I feel like I'm talking to some kind of historical figure here, because yeah. Because, like, as far as things go, you know, I've talked to Slow Beef, actually, a little bit. I've talked about Slow Beef before, you know, being the guy that kind of came up with this whole thing. Even though it's, like, not a truly unique idea, and a lot of people kind of came into it individually. I just think he was the first person that popularized it. But so, yeah, a niche audience is a very loyal audience. I'm actually very happy about that. I will see people, and actually, kind of as part of this thing, a number of the... Oh, shoot. I just realized this is a locked one, so I should probably get that key and get my ass out of here. Or at least ready to get out of here if I need to. Okay. Not immediately, though. But so, some of them, so the guy from 2011, he pretty much only does Minecraft, except for, like, a couple of things here and there. And that's totally okay with him. But one of the other ones has been like consistently trying to break away from Minecraft specifically because it's such a overdone thing in her opinion, even though like she liked it and it was like a fun game. This is Becky Megan I'm talking about, who I actually did a video with a very long time ago and then never put up. I think it's even uploaded onto my channel, and I just never made a thumbnail for it, so I never did it. And I always felt bad about this. I think I even drunkenly apologized to her in like a really long Reddit message about it, which was dumb. I don't drunk dial exes or anything like that. That's just I just do not do that. I drunk apologize to people over internet forums for things that I said or did not do. It's weird. I am an odd person, I think, maybe. But so for her case, you know, she's trying to get away from Minecraft, and she said the easiest way to lose your entire audience is to suddenly stop catering to your niche. I found that to just be a really sad thing, actually, because it's like, alright, wow, yeah, you really do lose your entire audience the moment you stop catering to it. Like, if I just switched over to, if I switched over entirely to, I don't know, AAA, like a dating sim channel, or even like, oh man, if I pulled a Vadiwa and started doing like mod reviews of like hentai and whatnot, I don't think I'd get a whole lot of cross traffic. I'd probably grow like crazy though, because everybody's perverted. But I think I'd lose like the last amount of self-respect I have as far as YouTubing goes. Actually, I have a fair amount of self-respect. I feel like I have some amount of integrity here. considering I've never asked anybody for a sub for sub or to promote me on their channels. I don't know. It's just interesting across the board, but yeah. I also try and keep it largely within genre. I think part of it is I have really bad, not ADHD. I don't have ADHD. I'm actually a very focused person when I need to be. But I have like really bad video game ADHD. So it's like, all right, I want to play Cavern Kings today. I want to play Vagante today. I want to play Catacomb Kids today. And I can never play a game for like longer than an hour before I'm like, all right, this has gotten dull. Maybe, I mean, if it's a oh shit. If it's a get me away from that ball. Ow. Oh, there's some health. Perfect. If it's like collaborative, I can play it forever, but that's because it's more social interaction than anything else. But like I have trouble playing even like endless mode Vagante or endless mode Tower of Guns because it's just like, all right, this has become dull in comparison. Let's go on to something else. And so like even yesterday when I was playing like an hour and a half of Besiege, I was like, all right, this has become uninteresting to me. And it's actually a really convenient thing because there are so many different effectively subgenres within let's see. Huh. Alright, I can talk about that in a second. But it's interesting to have so many subgenres within Let's Playing, or not Let's Playing, within roguelike, so I can, if I want to play a shooter, I go play Tower Guns. And people are actually interested in it, even less so. But let's see. Yeah, people would stop watching me if I started doing hentai mod reviews. Go figure, I'd stop watching me. I'd stop doing this. No, so is it better to have 2 different channels or 1 channel? Yes. So the thing is, it really depends on what kind of content you produce. For a channel like Rooster Teeth, if Rooster Teeth and Achievement Hunter were merged together, I think a lot less people would want to watch just because there'd just be too much. And it would be too varied. That said, that is within the realms of having multiple people on a channel. So say you have, you know, a group channel of people. I would actually say instead of a group channel of people that does like a wide variety of things, better to just have multiple single-person channels that grow in parallel as opposed to one large one. Hence, you know, the whole Achievement Hunter Rooster Teeth thing. However, if you're a single-person, project, or a single-person channel, which I guess is project in and of itself, it is actually far better for you to have all of your stuff under one banner and just try and be consistent with both. Likely, so the question was like a roguelike channel and a Minecraft channel. It would be better to actually have both and just deal with the split audience. Because the thing is, I actually have friends that are re-merging their accounts back together after doing a split review impressions highlights video channel and a full Let's Play channel. They're merging them back together, or in other cases they have just completely, you know, left one channel on the wayside because only one will end up getting the views. So for me, a lot of my views came from, a lot of my recent success has come from, you know, Biznap covering Vagante and me growing fairly extensively as a result. Ah, shoot, I'm not gonna be able to get that. Am I? You need to leave me alone. Yep, I'm not gonna get that. I don't think I'm gonna get either of those. That's a pain in the ass. That said, this is pretty good stuff anyway. But so, what game gave me the most amount of growth there? Vagante, obviously. So say if I had 2 separate channels. I have 4 shovels, didn't even realize. So say I have 4 channels, or not 4 channels, 2 channels. One for Minecraft, one for roguelikes. Say one gets a huge burst. Unfortunately, the other channel is not going to get one because a lot of people are interested in one genre specifically. Whereas, and like very few people would want to subscribe to 2 different Wanderbot channels. Unless, you know, I was working with something completely different. Like maybe if I was like a syndicated news show or I don't freaking know. Pretty much nothing that you'd ever be able to manage as a... Ah, shit. You hurt. Oh, God. What even killed me there? Oh, God damn it. There were multiple rock people there. Well, either way. I guess just to finish the thought, Man, that run could have gone all sorts of places. You know what? Let's retry. We're gonna play as a super flimsy character, and just take it as it is, because I'd like to finish that thought. But so, I guess to back up, you know, average person is making a fairly good point. Where a lot of people will subscribe to somebody else. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a short run. A lot of people subscribe to somebody else, or a lot of people subscribe to somebody as a result of a game they played, but stick around for the personality. And so a lot of people will be disinterested in content. So say suddenly I start doing a lot of Minecraft content. It would be better for me to just have the people that are disinterested deal with it, than for me to start a completely new channel. Because growing a channel, even with a boost, actually, decent example is I've got a buddy, Radiant Gaming Network. He's been in a number of things. Ah, shit. That was exploding and painful. Oh, crap. I am down to 4 health. How did that even happen? Did I just die multiple... Alright, let's just start over. Because that's not even worth doing. I'd die in 1 hit. That's not even worth it either. But so... Radiant started with 900-something subs. Or at least he had 900-something. And then he started over, and he was down to 36. Even though, like, say, maybe 100 of those 900 were super active, it didn't matter, because they didn't want to move over. It wasn't worth it for them. They weren't that committed of fans. So say if Northern Lion suddenly made a new account. Alright, a lot of people would probably transfer over, but not all of them. Dead subs, all sorts of things. And so he would see a bit of a hit. Not as much of one as, say, if I suddenly restarted, made a new channel. Now, the other example I could give is for my digital paintings. A lot of people aren't super interested in watching my digital paintings. Kind of goes along the way with my streams and whatnot. Not a whole lot of people are interested in watching my art streams, which is why I always keep them during different time blocks. Hello. Where'd all that come from? I don't even know. Also, we have very little health here. I need more health. But so, for my artwork, I only produce a speed painting video maybe once or twice a month. I could probably up the... I really should up the quantity. I've got a lot of them. Ah, shit. Mom. I really should get more of those up, but whatever. But so, I could have a separate painting channel, but what's the point? I'd rather just have it a separate playlist on my channel, separate section on my front page, and it'll come occasionally, and if anybody wants to watch it, they can watch it. It's going to be harder for anybody to look at my channel and discover the fact that I do these videos, but it's still going to happen. And so anytime I put up a digital painting video, anybody that's suddenly interested that's never seen me before is going to find it. Whereas if I have a whole separate digital painting video, anytime, say if I had a separate digital painting channel, anytime I put up a new digital painting, anybody that had never heard of my digital painting channel would very likely never see it. Unless I was like regularly plugging it, or like putting up videos linking to my digital paintings on my main channel. At which point, what's even the point of having a separate channel there? There are a lot of people who will be disinterested, but you know what? There are a lot of people that aren't interested in me playing Cavern Kings at this point. Yeah, I need to put up more drawing stuff. I need to stream drawing more often. Just flat out, I've just been busy. But so a lot of people just wouldn't notice it. So it would just be a negative. And so it's kind of like you don't want to spread yourself out really thin. So obviously, like, if all of your content appeals to multiple fan bases, you might just want to rethink what you're doing. But like, I know guys that will play just wildly different genres and get away with it. And I guess an easy example is Game Grumps. A lot of people watch Game Grumps. How many people watch Game Grumps for the game they're playing? Very few, if any. Like, a lot of people might go back to, say, Sonic 06 because they were particularly ridiculous. But in the reality of the situation is nobody's going to go watch Game Grumps play Sonic 06 for Sonic 06. They're going to go watch them play Sonic 06 because it's Game Grumps. And so because they're such genre crossers, but they have such strong personalities, they can get away with it. And so I guess the goal is, yeah, you know, it's going to suck for your views. And like looking at these guys I was talking about as far as like my friends doing Minecraft, or I guess the people on the podcast doing Minecraft is like their main thing, and then doing other series, like, yeah, they had hundreds of views on their Minecraft footage, thousands, in fact, in certain cases, but anytime they did anything else that was outside of genre, they got, like, peanuts in comparison. And the thing is, at that point, they just do it for fun. I'm not dead yet, luckily. But so they do that, but they do it for fun, and they still have fans for each, and they still get views. Whereas if they split their channel, they would get less, just period. It's a shame that, like, YouTube works that way, but it is just better to have one channel. It's also a pain in the ass trying to manage two channels at once. Oh shit, chest. Chest will come later. Is this said chest? I don't even know. It might actually be up in the sky, and I don't even freaking know. Unfortunately, we're a very flimsy character with a very short-range combo. Oh well. At least it's not the kinetic fist. That is just not doable. But yeah, no, it's just better to have a single channel. Maybe if you get so big and, like, people are expecting certain types of content. Oh shit, I did die there. If people are expecting certain types of content from you, then it might actually be a better idea for you to separate it out. Like, for Game Grumps specifically, everybody's so used to the 3-a-day type thing that doing anything else just feels erroneous and wrong. And if they did anything else, people would probably get pissed off at them. Also, they have very angry fans, so there's also that. But that's actually part of the reason why I've started doing streams. Because for anybody that, like, wants to be here kind of for me and my personality, I know a number of people aren't going to get the chance, but a lot of people I notice will stick around regardless of whether or not they're interested in the game, largely because either I'm interesting, or they like me as a person, or they like chat. So, you know, currently we have 18 people watching. Nowhere close to max, actually, that's half max at this point. But who cares? You know, everybody's hanging out. And for most people, they're probably not even that interested in Cavern Kings. I think it's mostly just kind of a nice little background for people to talk, listen, stuff like that. I kind of actually really enjoy that from a conceptual level, because A, it means that people aren't just here for the game, because that actually makes me feel a little bit undervalued, even though, to a degree, I prefer people be super interested in the game, just so it's like there's some amount of investment in, like, what I am doing, as part of this series. This is going to explode in my face. No, it's not, actually. Okay, thank you. That is going to explode in my face. Alright, time to leave. It exploded after the fact. Not in my face, but still, we are very, very low health. But yeah, just to answer the initial question, unless you're doing, like, something especially weird, don't split your channel up. I know many people that do it, and it's just not worth it. Or I know many people that have done it. But, oh, hey. It's still there. Alright, killing enemies increases max health. Oh, we need that super bad. I kind of wish that was, like, a generic item that actually Top Hat started with. But that is going to save our asses, because we are actually less than maximum health, which is scary. We do actually do a lot of extra damage, though. Fun thing about Top Hat, he actually does more damage the more he dies. That said, not a good situation to be in, regardless of the situation. Wait, I'm stuck. Why was I stuck? Why was it not moving? That was weird. Oh, there's a chest in here, too. Okay, well. Unfortunately, killing enemies increases max health does not actually imply a guaranteed... Oh, I'm not going to be anywhere close to that. Wow, I actually managed to not pick up a C4 for once. Yes! 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 I don't know why I've started doing that. Maybe it's because I've been watching Game Grumps again. I don't know. For whatever reason, they're super hit and miss for me. But then again, maybe it's just because it's like... Actually, that's an interesting point. So, for me, I was Let's Play super late at night, and I record for hours and hours and hours. And I think somebody... Oh, shit! He can kill me in one more of those. Which is super bad. It's super bad. Oh, God, please no. Okay, please don't show up. Alright, we are down to 18 health. This is fucking bad. Alright, well, there we go. This is why I don't like playing Top Hat. Top Hat just does not have a full health pool. If he started, also those drops were kind of lackluster up until the very end. Actually, yeah, most of those we didn't even get until the very end there. If Top had started with 100% health, I'd be totally okay with that, but goddamn, I got my ass kicked. Anyway, just to finish the thought on Game Grumps and myself. So I record like super late at night, so I'm super used to it. But I think with Game Grumps, unfortunately, for them, they like record for ages, so you can really tell the fatigue is going. Whereas for me, when I'm like super fatigued, I try and turn it into a thing. I guess they do too, but I guess it's one of those where it's like the quality consistency is so roller coastery. And I try not to do that? I don't even know. Anyway, I'll see you guys on the next episode of Cavern Kings. I do not like playing as Top Hat. Top Hat is awesome if you can somehow manage to survive. That said, no such luck here. So, I'll see you guys on the next episode. And as always, thanks for watching.